right. So that brings us to the second part of our show, which is the segment called WTF Lyrics, where we're going to be talking about Prince lyrics that are just, bizarre. There's all kinds of different things, but in the movie Purple Rain, the great Billy Sparks has a great line. He says to Prince, "Your songs don't make sense to no one but yourself." and in many cases, that is true.
It is. It is. Now, as we do the show, even though we may not have you guys calling in, we put those comments in there because we want to share this, and we somebody else has something, a lyric that I hadn't thought of or Chris hasn't thought of. We want to address it.
We started talking about Glam Slam, and the first one obviously was Soda Fizzin' on the Lawn. We talked about this, and that is a lyric that I think we know what it means. Brian says, no, he just threw a Coke out on the lawn. We know that's not what it is, because the very next line in that is heavy feather flick a nipple. So we kind of understand there's something going on during this period of time, and Soda Fizzin' on the Lawn seems like things are out of order there, but it's okay.
It's still baby scam water ripple.
I mean, Soda Fizzin' on the Lawn probably should be like the last thing on the list, but let's just leave it at that.
I mean, it just.
Oh my gosh!
I'm just gonna go with the bottle of Coke and leave it alone. I'm happy with that.
Andre says no Chris or Jeff nudes. That's the first time that Andre has requested for us not to do something.
What?
Hey. Somebody said who's Kiara. Chiaria, I think that's probably his name. Souliacolia. Yeah, that's a good one. That is a very, very good one. I will give that to you, Miss Taylor. Souliacolia. That's one that I do not think is on our list.
No, it's not.
Yeah, but some of these things, and I think the other one that falls in this list, that falls in the WTF lyrics, would be Hundelisiliah. I think Rob said something too. Is like, I was talking with Rob last night, who is not on the show tonight. He's taking the night off. However, he did say, but if you do the show, you have to make sure that Hundelisiliah is in the Hundelisiliah. It's.
Anybody know?
I don't think anybody. I think there's just certain things that he just thought just sounded right because of the way that it flowed with the lyrics. I don't know.
I mean, Arlene, hallelujah.
Arlene thought that the reference to Soda Fizzin' on the Lawn was a reference to Joni Mitchell's "The Hissing of Summer Lawns."
Okay.
That seems more reasonable than what we're thinking it means.
It really does. I think we'll take that even more. Yeah, let's spread that. Let's just talk about it.
Yeah, I don't think we need to talk about too much more of that. All right, so let's move on from that one. I think you may be on. Arlene may be onto something there with that. She thought it was a reference to Joni Mitchell's "The Hissing of Summer Lawns." I don't know. Before I did all this, I also wanted to try to see if I could find some of the definitions of some of these things to try to figure out what they actually meant. Like when I was doing research for the album chat for I can't remember the name of the album, nor can I remember the song, but the line, "I won't do it like Kevin." I can't remember the name of the song. Hold on a second. Let me.
Now I gotta look it up.
Let me look it up. Prince lyrics, "Do it like Kevin." Hold on. Damned if I do. Damned if I do. Yeah. So the lyric is, I'll fill your cup. I won't do it like Kevin. What he's referring to, and I found this out when I was doing the album chat for this album. He's referring, and a lot of people were like, "Who's Kevin?" he's referring to the Kevin Costner movie Waterworld, where they didn't have anything to drink, and so he had to pee. That's what they had to drink. And so that's where that line comes from. So there's some things in there, but there's little things like that you don't know exactly what the meaning behind it is.
Right.
But yeah, if you guys want to listen to the album chat for that, that's actually what album was that off of? Damned if I do. I don't know. I don't remember what song. You can.
I do. Yeah, I don't know.
I can't remember what album that's off of. But anyways, when I did the album chat for it, I had to look that up. I was like, well, who's Kevin? And then I found that out. There you go. Oh, this is a great one. P-Funk meme. MPG, Shooby-Doo. The answer to the question of life is a gray-haired bitch at least, sucking on the ebony dancer in between these dirty sheets, spitting out the aftertaste of a boy who might not call again. If this is the game you stood in line for, how are you going to win? That line right there, that spitting out the aftertaste of a boy who might not call again. I think we talked about that lyric on like the dirtiest songs.
In the dirtiest. Yeah, I think that came up.
It wasn't even something that was it's not filthy unless you think about it. You're like, oh, why? It's not afterthought, it's aftertaste. But the answer to the question of life is a gray-haired bitch at least. That's a great lyric of like, what does that mean? What exactly does that mean? The answer to the question of life is a gray-haired bitch at least. So you're saying at the minimum, life is like a gray-haired bitch. At its core. At its core, if you're kind of analyzing that line, at its core, the answer to the question of life is a gray-haired bitch at its core.
And then you got to start thinking, okay, a gray-haired, longevity, mean, been around. Yeah.
And then sucking on the ebony dancer in between these dirty sheets. I'm sure he's referencing something. Somebody slept with somebody, and like maybe a dancer in a band or something. I'm pretty sure he's making a really specific reference to somebody,
mm-hmm.
and something that happened with somebody, and he's taking a swipe at that person. Saying, there was
absolutely.
a dancer. There was a dancer that this person got involved with, and that person's not going to call again, and you're just spitting out the aftertaste of him, blah 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 blah, and if that's the kind of game that you're playing, how are you going to win? Type of thing. I get everything from there on, but there's a story that he's referring to that we don't know. But that first line, the answer to the question of life is a gray-haired bitch, at least.
That's a great one.
That's a great one. It's like kind of, what exactly do you mean by that? I've tried to analyze that one before, but I did not add it to this list because I forgot. There's so many lyrics. I mean, there's thousands of songs here, but that was a great one, P-Funk. That's a phenomenal. April put in, come a butterfly straight on your skin. She says, I say he's referring to a butterfly vibrator. Come a butterfly straight on your skin. I would say I would probably say that could probably be correct. I don't know. That seems like a pretty good guess.
I'm sorry, I don't know anything about vibrators, so I can't. I won't claim it.
You haven't lived, sir.
I won't claim it. I'm just too.
Sorry, I had to get my back scratcher.
I'm too innocent for that.
No, I have. I have yet to try.
I'm leaving that alone.
Never mind. Let's moving on. I've never seen plenty. The song "You Make My Sunshine." Actually, you know what? I'd probably should do. I probably should copy these, and then in StreamYard we have a little bit of a banner, a ticker thing here that we could.
Oh yeah, you can run it across.
Yes, let me run it across, and then we just
cool.
Let's see here. Let me see. This one, let's save this one and scroll this. Well, hold on a second. We got to take April's down here. Hold on a second.
Sorry, April.
Yeah, you make my sunshine. I'll show you what the I in pimp stands for. What does the I stand for? But then he doesn't say. I'll show you what the I in pimp stands for. Okay, tell us. What does it stand for? He doesn't. Is it just I?
I think he was just being
or is there something more to that? It seems like there should be more. What exactly does the I in pimp stand for?
Yeah, there's something missing there.
There's something in there. I would see if I can pull up the surrounding lyrics of that. Let me see if I can pull up the surrounding lyrics to that. Where is that lyric at? I'm trying to find the lyrics to that. Okay. Let me run it down. I keep your paper coming in real steady. Okay, got that. I could tell you what the I in the pimp stands for. If you ready. I assume it's just I. I assume that I is just simply I. It's I.
Yeah, I would see that.
I am pimp.
Yeah, I am the pimp right now. You know,
I guess so. I mean, you have to think. I mean, but with Prince, you always think, it seems like there's got to be more. I don't know.
There probably is, but I don't think we're going to find it right now.
I don't think. Yeah, Susie just says Prince is the pimp.
Yeah, that's kind of what I feel too. And
I would think that would have been it, but anyways, let's go on to the next one, because I don't think anybody really knows that one, so we're just gonna move on.
Yeah, let's
move on. The sun, the moon, and stars make a chippy want to say, whisper in the belly to me, rock and rose.
Now,
okay,
I'm just thinking, man, the whisper in the belly part.
That will make
about a slow, long stroke, man.
Yeah. There you go.
Man.
What is so the lyric? Make a chippy wanna say. Make a chippy wanna say. I don't
make a chippy wanna say.
The sun, the moon. Let's see. Oh, let's see. Let me see if I can pull up the whole lyrics and say. Let me see if I can find the surrounding lyrics to that and see. I'm glad I put the lyrics in there. Okay. So the line starts, do you like I do? Come on. Let's lay down. I'm walking out of what to say. That's interesting line. I'm walking out of what to say. That kind of lucky rhyme, make a chippy want to say, whisper in the belly to me, rockin' rose. Actually, it's not rose. Do you like I do? Come on and dance the night away. Whisper in the belly to me, rocking rose. Let me start that line over again. That kind of lucky rhyme, make a chippy want to say. I don't know.
Yeah,
oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't. That doesn't make. Susie just thinks it's very, very simply intercourse, whisper in the belly. I mean, it seems. It seems like he's. I don't know. It seems like it's. There's something else there, and I don't know what it is. It's like. If I had ever gotten the opportunity to meet Prince, I think this was probably along one of the opportunities that I would have taken, kind of like that scene from New Girl where, we're sitting in the kitchen and I'll go, so let me ask you, you explain to me what make a chippy want to say means?
Now, isn't there a slang version of chippy? Like,
oh, wait. April says, I think a chippy is the female rose or female rose in the wine was oh, so let me do a search for chippy wine. Hold on a second.
Well, chippy is the female, rosé is the wine. And chippy also does mean promiscuous woman, prostitute, something like that. That's a slang term. So
is that what that is?
Maybe that's where we are.
Okay. I guess we could I guess we could go with that. I mean, that at least this is the whole reason why we're doing this, is hopefully to get some answers on some of these lyrics that just seem kind of weird. I don't know. I don't know. Here is a song that everybody knows, and there's actually two lines in this one that we all know the song. Everybody knows the song. Even my daughter knows the song. This is one of Jaden's favorite songs, and that is a song, Let's Go Crazy. The line, just look for the purple banana till they put us in the truck. Okay, don't know what that is. And also the pills and thrills and daffodils will kill. Okay, we got the pills and thrills will kill, but where's the daffodils coming?
What are the daffodils?
Where the daffodils have to do anything? But just look for the purple banana till they put us in the truck. All right. Just look for the, okay, let's just go ahead and just alleviate the pills and thrills and daffodils will kill. I think that he was just trying to find another word that rhymes with pills and thrills, and it just kind of flowed that way, and he wanted to add that mystique in there. So
I think the daffodils is his way of not saying marijuana, the other drugs, plants, something,
Oh yeah, okay, that's a good thought.
That's what I think.
Pills and thrills and daffodils. So instead of saying weed or anything like that, he just some other slang for
just some other way to make it, like you said, make it rhyme.
Right. Well, yeah. So it kind of fit in there. So, all right. So hold on a second. So we'll take that one out, but we still want to kind of assess exactly what we thought of Let's Go Crazy. Just look for the purple banana till they put us in the truck. What is the purple banana? And I'm assuming the truck is like the crazy truck.
Crazy, yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, it's kind of like, they're just kind of just putting you in a, yeah. It seems like to make the most sense. Because if you're out on the street telling people that you're looking for a purple banana, you probably would be put in a truck. They'd probably wrap you up and put you in a padded room and call it a day.
Right.
I think that's just I could be wrong.
I mean, I don't know. We need to figure it out. Somebody has to know.
Elena says, are daffodils hallucinogenic? I don't know.
Cammie says they're poisonous.
Yeah. So, and Susie said they're poisonous. Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That's what Cammie said.
We're going to have to, well, she's a producer, so she's a producer of Funkqtopia, so she would probably know if it's hallucinogenic.
Probably look it up.
Susie said, yes, you see a purple banana, you're hallucinating, you need to go to a crazy house.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's true, but I mean, so the question is the purple banana actually referencing anything specific, or is he doing, like Susie, like you said, is he just saying, hey, some random purple banana, whatever? That's the stuck part.
I'm sorry, I was went quiet for a second because P-Funk put up another one. He put up a lyric that I don't remember in this song. I think he's mishearing the lyric because I do not remember this in a song. P-Funk said the lyric from if I shoot, I'm trying to click on it, it's bouncing. If I was your girlfriend, will you let me see naked men? Is that a lyric in the song? I don't remember that being a lyric in the song.
Yeah, it's at the end when he's talking. Will you let me see naked? Oh, naked then, he says.
No, not naked men. It's naked then, not men. That's what it's saying. So would you let me see you naked then? Would you let me give you a bath? So people, it's will you let me see you naked then, not naked men. See that?
Tell us, buy our calendar. Hey man, buy the calendar, buy the Funkqtopia calendar.
That's not the lyric, people. It's then, not men.
Hey, this is about revelations, man. This is
apparently we're getting multiple people saying, hold on a second, daffodils poisonous. Apparently, yes. Listen, this is from poison.org. Poison.org says all parts of the daffodil are toxic. When swallowed, it can cause nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and abdominal pain. Oh my God. I always just thought they were just, pretty flowers and whatever else, but it says eating the bulb can cause severe irritation of the mouth and stomach upset. These symptoms are usually not life-threatening and resolve within a few hours, but the fact
okay.
I've never known that daffodils are toxic.
I wouldn't have known that.
Never known that. But they don't kill, so Prince is wrong there.
Well, I guess if you eat enough of them.
So all right, let's just go on to the next song, I guess. Which I've got to put.
So I just discovered that, at least I'm trying to confirm it, but there is a purple banana, and it's called a Sao Tome banana, and it's purple.
And they're looking for it.
I don't know. I was looking for hey, put me in the truck.
Yeah, I guess so. You're crazy. You're in the wrong part of the world to look for that purple banana. What is it called again?
The Sao Tome, Saotome.
Sao Tome. All right. Okay.
Puff puff pass, puff puff give.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't realize that you put a bunch on the bottom. You should mix them in. Mix them in while we're doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you put all yours at the bottom.
Hey, I don't know.
Okay, right. Well, I'm gonna scroll down there and grab some of those. But let's move on to the next one. Lady Cab Driver. This one's for Yosemite Sam and the tourists at Disneyland. Now, I will admit, I'm gonna go ahead and admit in public, I'm saying this out loud, that when for many, many years, I still hear it this way to this day when I'm singing the song, that I always thought it said, this one's for Yosemite Sam and the tourist that didn't land. And the reason why I thought that was because I thought he was referring to slaves. I thought he was referring to slaves that were being brought over and then never even made it here. I did this reasoning and thought process in my head that I was and the tourist that didn't land. But then when I was looking at the lyrics for this Yosemite Sam line, I saw that it was the tourist at Disneyland, which probably makes a little bit more sense. But what is Yosemite Sam? Obviously, that's a cartoon.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna admit, I actually thought it was the tourists in the land. So I didn't have it right either originally for a long time as tourists in the land. My brain just wouldn't accept anything else.
It's like with Erotic City with me, where I always thought that it was thoughts of pretty you and me.
Right.
And I think there was actually somebody said when I said that, I said, I always thought it was thoughts of pretty you and me, until I was sitting in a restaurant. It was not even 5 years ago. I was sitting in a restaurant and Erotic City came over the radio and I was like, oh my gosh, they're playing Erotic City. And they bleeped it out. And I was like, why are they bleeping out thoughts?
Right.
And then
what's going on?
Like, why are you bleeping out thoughts? What a weird word to bleep out. And then it dawned on me that it probably had to be another word. And I was just like, wow, this song was very different. Okay, so let's go back. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
No, go ahead, because I was gonna refer to one that I was questioning, and it was from Girl 6.
Oh yeah. So should I put it up here for the scroll? Let me.
Yeah. You can throw that one up.
One up. Let me. Girl 6. Okay, that's one. Which the first one or the
second part, because the first one. I mean, we can put the whole thing in, but the second part really was what it was.
Okay, let me put it up here so we can scroll it so people can see. We're gonna hide that. Yeah. This is the song "Girl 6," which I'll be honest, I don't know that I know all the lyrics.
Let me pull them up.
We'll see how this saves. Okay, So, Girl Six, go ahead, read its.
Yeah. So the line, it's what's the end to the way out? And how do we get directions to this ever elusive route? What's the sister doing? Dignity is all she dreams about. Girl Six, doubt. And so the reason I question it is because the whole idea of Girl Six is the life she's living, like what she's doing. And I'm always thinking, are they talking about her getting out of that life or suicide? Because it's a lot to that.
I always thought that what he was referring, because Girl Six is a movie about phone sex callers.
Right.
Well, I thought that he was writing a song about the fact that that if she were to go down this path, you know, how do you get directions to get out of that path that you're currently in of doing this phone sex stuff? Well, what exactly are you doing? What's the sister doing? And you know what she's actually dreaming about is, you know, having a job that has some dignity. Dignity is all she dreams about. But she doubts that she can ever get there. Girl Six in doubt.
Yeah. See. Yeah. I mean, that's.
I kind of explained it out that way. It's kind of boring as hell, but that's.
I like my version better. That's all I'm saying.
Well, it may well be. You may well
but
be.
It could be. In either way, it does make sense. Both ideas. But I look at it and I'm like, I mean, you could. It's a way out.
Right. Exactly.
And this is again going by all the other lyrics. You know, like you said, it's where are we now and how to get out of this life, and you can't get out of this life. You know, that's how I saw it.
The next one, really, I totally understand what it says, but I think it's funny. And so therefore because we're kind of reflecting on lyrics that are not only that, but they're kind of funny, to be totally honest. And mine is We Can Funk, which is, I'm testing positive for the funk. I'll gladly pee in anybody's cup, and when your cup overflow, I'm testing positive and I'll pee some more. I don't, you know what? The way that this is when Prince was inducting Parliament Funkadelic into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Part of what he said is that when they first started working together, George Clinton sent something to Prince and said, I'm sending a song to you. You pee on it, and then you send it back to me, and then I'll pee on it. And I think Maite was standing behind Prince when he was saying this, and Maite was just dying laughing. But this is definitely George Clinton has got a very he's obviously got a very big thing with peeing, because this peeing is in a lot of, I mean, this is like, he talks about peeing more than R. Kelly. This is yeah, sorry.
Wow. I mean, wow. Wow.
But this is talking about giving somebody a urinalysis for the funk. If you have the funk and you're going to be testing for the funk. Yes, that's the whole line. I'm testing positive for the funk. I'll gladly pee in anybody's cup. And when your cup overflows, that's disgusting. But when your cup overflow, I'm testing positive, and I'll pee some more. But the way that they sing it, because you can hear it in your head, it's just the way that they sing it. It doesn't process. You're not processing this line as it reads. Yeah, I'm testing positive. I'm gladly peeing in anybody's cup, and when you come overflow, I'm testing positive, and I'll be some more. You're not even thinking of it like that. It's just you're not thinking about the line like that.
I love your version. We need to remake your version, what you just did.
You're not thinking like about it. It's just you're not thinking about it in that way. It's just
no, you don't at all.
At
all. In fact, you're running down the street or standing in a crowd and you're singing that song just so like whee.
Oh, I just think that's just so funny. I think because of the fact that the lyric is just so asinine and so insane, and they sing it so seriously and so funky, and it's just like, it is what it is. It's so bizarre. It's such a bizarre song. I love it. I've seen 3 comments about my weight on here, and thank you. Just so we're clear, I saw people saying you look like you're really slimming down, blah 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 blah. I see. I'm not blah 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 blah, but thank you so much for the compliments. It's been a really crappy journey, let me tell you. Yes, I am slimming down. I have lost a lot of weight, not unhealthily. I've been doing it through keto. So I know a lot of people have been watching me on video and been like, man, you've slimmed down. Yeah, when I went from a 3XL to a 2XL, and now XLs even feel a little bit I'm just like, this is kind of silly. And I was actually gonna buy a new shirt today. I was like, oh, I saw a really cool shirt. And I was like, I better wait until I'm done with this process.
You've been making a lot of good changes and interesting changes. And you just reminded me of something I needed to do, because you went the contacts, you got rid of the glasses,
yep,
and the whole reflection thing. And I decided that if you're gonna do that, then I'm gonna go opposite, and I'm gonna put on some glasses. So
there you go. See, Andre will be happy, because Andre was upset when I moved to contacts, because he was just like, I can't read the screen.
Well, see, I'm gonna do this angle, so Andre you can't read the screen at this angle either. So
well,
camera 2.
What I'll do then is that I will go back to glasses.
Ooh.
Maybe I'll go back to glasses, and I'll just use the Third Eye Girl glasses. So that way you can see 1, 2, 3 different screens of
I can see everything you got going on now.
Yeah. And what's actually cool is that before, when I had my other glasses, I mean, I couldn't put these over them, but I can still read, and I can actually do the whole. Yeah. These glasses, Alfonso gave me these glasses. Matter of fact.
Nice. Those are awesome.
Yeah, he does another thing he does at his events, is he always gives out something really, really cool. And he actually got some of these, and it's very
awesome.
Cool. Yeah.
Here's the one. There's one. Let's go to musicology.
Oh, and by the way, as far as the keto thing is concerned, I have not exercised at all. Which makes it even crazier. I've done some walking. I walk in the mall with my daughters or whatever, and I'll do some walking every now and then, but I don't go to the gym. I don't do any of the stuff. So everything that I've lost, which is 30 plus pounds now at this point, has been all just changing what I'm eating. And I'm not talking about eating salads and weird stuff. Keto, you can eat meat, you can eat cheese, there's like tons of stuff that you can butter up. I mean, it's crazy, the stuff that you would think you can't eat. But anyways, just so, because I saw Brian's comment here is like, I got to get my fat ass in shape. A good way to do this is keto is a really good jump start if you want to lose some weight really quickly. Because most of my weight came off in the first month and a half doing it.
Yeah, but you don't even leave out the other benefits. People forget, a lot of sickness and anything that you're going through, it is in the food. It is related to your food. So it's not just, it's not just weight loss,
Yeah. Carrie says salads aren't weird. No, you're right. They're not weird. You're right. All right, let's get back to the show. I don't want to talk about the show myself. Hold on a second. You were on it to do, which one did you want to do?
Musicology, Marian kind.
Okay, let me hold on, let me go ahead and copy that and put it up so that we can actually scroll it, and of course, whenever it's yours, I will let you do the reading. Oops, I gotta hide that one.
Well, it's the Marian kind.
And if you need me to sing any of it, just let me know. I will be more than happy to.
I mean, I'm telling you, I need your voice, your movement and vocals. Marian kind. Hey. I'll sing it. All right. So
they're all the same guy. Missy went on. He's talking about Missy Elliott there, just so we know.
Yeah,
we know that part.
Yeah.
Go ahead, read the lines.
And so that's where it goes. There might be another solar eclipse she's gonna find, bathwater hot enough to be touched. Oh man, pork chop is hurting. I'm gonna I'm gonna put her on the same diet Missy went on. You know she eat too much, you know.
You know she eat too much. Yeah, that is a little. I don't think I did not identify this lyric. There might be another solar eclipse. I get that one because she's obviously talking about somebody being big. So it's big enough to block out the sun. That's what I'm getting from that lyric. There might be another. That's what I'm getting from that lyric is that this girl is big enough that she's blocking out the sun with their fat behind. Which that's just the lyric. And says she's gonna find bathwater hot enough to be touched. Oh man, pork chop is hurting. I don't know what the pork chop is hurting. I don't know what that lyric means.
I mean, we can speculate, but
yeah, I don't know.
It's one of those that makes you go, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just I don't know what that lyric means.
No,
I get the solar eclipse thing. I think that's what he's referring to. Is that she's so big she blocks out the sun.
But I don't know. I don't know because part of what he says is if you leave her now, you'll never get another glimpse. I'm gonna lace her with enough ice to recap the poles. There might be another solar eclipse. I mean, I don't know if that's about weight.
Well, obviously, ice is probably referring to diamonds. But and then of course, talking about ice at the polar. I don't know. It seems like there's a lot
going on in there.
There's a lot going on in there. Your lyrics don't make sense to no one but yourself.
No one but yourself.
I wish I had that. I tried to find that clip. I desperately tried to find that clip.
Yeah,
it's funny because I think the estate is like on some type of like really hardcore search to scour the internet for anything. Because you know what else? Today is the anniversary of the 41st. Is the 41st anniversary? No, sorry, 31st anniversary of the Times performance of Chocolate and Jerk Out on Saturday Night Live. And even Saturday night, I could find the one from the Arsenio Hall show, but I was trying to find a clip of the one from Saturday Night Live, but because it wasn't the anniversary of that. But even on the SNL website or on the SNL accounts, they don't even have it. So it's been scrubbed off of SNL. It's been scrubbed off of YouTube. But which is weird because why are they being so heavy-handed with
I mean,
that doesn't make any sense. Why they're being so heavy-handed with SNL, but not with Arsenio Hall? Because he's a friend? Because I don't know.
But yeah, that's kind of tough. I see. Brian Davis said he thinks they was getting back at Missy for the Prince impersonator thing in the Work It video, and I read that too. I saw that somewhere, but I just. Not convinced about that, but I mean that's a possibility. Prince, again, we know his lyrics, a lot of things he says, he's taking stabs at people and situations pretty quickly.
Yeah, so Billy Jack bitch, and
right.
Yes,
and since he made a reference to Missy, what's he say?
Yeah, I mean, even with some of the like little lyrics that are just kind of like thrown in there. What was it? Des, do you like my band? Like it just like little swipes and stuff that just happen all through. I mean, I didn't know until I probably not 10 years ago. It wasn't quite that long ago, but I didn't know that what is a Pop Life. I didn't know that Pop Life was about Morris Day.
Right.
And I had no idea that's what it was. That's who it was about. I just always just liked it as a song, but I did not know that song was about Morris Day and the fact that, because he was having all those problems with drugs and all the stuff that was going on, supposedly, and not supposedly, he admits it in the book, but he was having all those problems with drugs. But I did not know that Pop Life was about him.
I didn't know that for years. It took, a while before I finally saw that and went, oh, wow. Okay.
But, yeah, of course. But I'm also the same guys that thought it was thought so pretty, you and me. Anyways. And I saw somebody make reference to this one. We will go ahead and put it up because we had some people that were talking about this one. So we will
let's do it.
put this one in the mix, which is from the song Get Off, which is the line. If I can put it up now, something about a little box with a mirror and a tongue inside.
I mean, that's just a total visual. I can't even question it. I just go, okay.
Yeah, somebody kept talking about that lyric. Somebody kept talking about. I don't know. It's weird. Something about. I think it's just this weird because he always seemed to love. There's certain things that he always referenced, and I think I put this in the lyrics a couple places. There was one part. I don't want to talk about too much, but he gets obsessed with certain numbers. He obviously gets obsessed with 7 and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But he also, from a gadget standpoint, he loved to talk about sex toys quite a bit.
Right.
He's dropped a lot about different sex toys, everything going back from Darling Nikki to whatever.
Yep.
And I think this is just another thing that it's just some weird sex gadget that
we need to find. That's not what you were going to say? Oh, sorry.
No, okay. I don't think there's anything that a little box with a mirror and a tongue inside can do for me. I mean, maybe I could be wrong. No offense.
I mean, you get to watch. That's all I'm saying.
Well, apparently, whatever it is, it got Prince so hot that he knew he could slide. But in this particular case, that's what he said. In this particular case, or maybe it was just the experience that this woman had and just the description of what occurred that got him so hot. But apparently it involves something in a little box with a mirror and a tongue inside. And Elena is referring to, she said, cue up vibrator. The song. Okay. I thought that was a brand name.
Did too.
That's a cue up vibrator. No, she was saying cue up the song. Gotcha.
I thought it was a typo. I thought she said turn on my.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, so we probably could do, but I don't think that would probably be a song that I don't think that probably YouTube would be able to pick that one up for sure. They'd be like,
I don't know. I
don't know. But yeah, we probably should cue that up. But so, do you have any ideas what may, what the song may be? Do you have any idea what that song may be?
Yeah, no. I really just think it's a toy. Literally, she, I mean, if you want to have something, I can't.
Can I help you? Yes, I was wondering if you had batteries that would fit my. Oh my God! Look at the size of that thing. Where did you get this? Look, you got batteries or not? Oh, sure, we have batteries.
Okay.
You got to get the other one. Come on, what you need? Hurry up. I'm talking to you. Please.
Please, I know what you need.
Please, I know what you need. Yes. Hurry up, sweetheart.
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna use that as my voice from now on. I'm loving it, Funkqtopia, please. Shit.
It's kind of like the voice that I use in that "You Want Something" song. I keep getting people asking me every time that song ends up on rotation, which I keep meaning to take it out, but everybody laughs when they hear it, and it was like that voice that you use, that singing voice that you use on that song is hilarious. Anyways. So we're gonna just leave it at it's obviously a gadget that it's a little box with a mirror and a tongue inside, and
it's exactly what it sounds like.
Yeah, that's
yep.
Yeah, there's that. All right, so let's do one of yours, shall we? How about the way back home? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. From Artificial Age.
Do you want me to include that last line? Because it sounds like you had some type of.
Oh yeah, you can keep it in. I kind of get what the last, Yeah, no, you don't need the last one. I kind of get it, but it is, I just think it's strong. Like I'm like, wow. And
right. Yeah, and there's
more to it because
that's a show in itself of lyrics that make you go, wow, that's just. I keep on thinking of Arsenio Hall, songs that make you go, hmm.
That's what makes you go,
Sorry, I had to save your lyrics here, but I had to put
Sorry.
it in. All right, so here's the lyric. Go ahead, read it.
Yeah, and it literally starts like that. Any person or object whatsoever that requires your attention is something that has veered from its path and preordained destiny of total enlightenment. And it starts just like that. Like those are the words. And it's like, whoa, that's what?
I can already hear the song starting.
Yeah. And I've heard different things about it where, but I won't. What's your take on that?
Well, and this is kind of I have to fix some of the spelling in here because it's making me nuts. Art official age and its path and its path is not apostrophe. It's just making me nuts just to watch it scroll. It's like watching grammatical errors scroll left and right. It's like driving me nuts. All right. Sorry. Let me fix that. So now I can properly assess it and looking at it in the proper grammatical context.
Let's start over, shall we? That's brilliant.
Well, you know what's funny? I'll give you this. When the album first came out, and I was doing a review on it, I did a show. I wasn't an album chat. He had just announced the album, and I was like pronouncing the album title. I didn't get that it was artificial. When I first read it and the announcement was made, I was like, so Prince has got a brand new album that's coming out called Art Official Age. And I like pronounced every single word. And then It didn't dawn on me until like 3 days after I had posted that show that was like, oh, it's artificial. Got it. I mean, but okay, so let's look at the lyrics again. Any person or object whatsoever that requires your attention is something that has veered from its path and preordained destiny of total enlightenment. All right, so here's the thing with some of his theology and some of his thoughts, and I'm gonna try to avoid getting a little bit too deep, because there's another song that I reference in our lyrics that we were talking about, the song One Song, which is insane. That song, I'm not going to read all those lyrics because it literally goes on for like 15 minutes, and it's him just talking. I don't know if anybody's ever heard Prince's song called One Song. Look it up, listen to it. It's literally just him talking. There's no music. It's just him talking for the better part of 10 minutes. I don't know how long he talks, but it's like somewhere around there. And it's easy to follow for about the first 2 minutes. And then it's just like, I want to keep up, but I feel like I can't because of the way he phrases it or something. And I just have to read it. But one of the things that Prince was really, really big on was the fact that, and he references this in a lot of songs. He references the fact that your future, your destiny, your greatness is in you. It doesn't come from anywhere else. It doesn't come from externally. Now, granted, you might get a hand up. Someone, may, help you along your journey to kind of, go up to the next level. But every single bit of belief in yourself and just your overall being, your greatness that you want to get to is all within your capabilities. And I think there's at least 3 or 4 references to that on the Third Eye Girl album, maybe maybe the help that you're looking for is at the end of your arm. Those types of little comments and lyrics and stuff that are all littered throughout things, like everything that all your greatness is within your capability. It's just like, you want to be great and you want to do this, but it's just kind of like this, my weight loss journey and things like that. It was just like your only limitation is you. You're not getting in shape because you don't want to get up and go to the gym. You're not doing this because you don't want to do this. You don't want to do that, or you can't. You refuse to find time.
Go do it.
Yeah, somebody's like, yeah, just do it. Friggin' do it. It's like some people that are like really inspirational. I find inspiration in really weird things. Like I know we're kind of going down a little bit down a rabbit hole, but I saw Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. It was some video that I had seen. I don't remember what I saw, but he was standing in a room with the Oakland Raiders, all of these football players who had worked their whole entire lives to get where they are, to be playing on an NFL football team. And Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson stood in front of that group and said to them, I can appreciate everything that you guys do here, but there's not one of you in here that works as hard as I do. None of you work harder than I do. And that there are at least 70% of those guys in that room get up and kill it every single day. Go out, go to the gym and do all this stuff where they're constantly in training and constantly doing this. And The Rock is standing in front of them and going, you will never outwork me or outdo what I do ever. And that is ballsy. That is like, that's a ballsy thing to say in front of a room full of men who had to work their butts off to get where they are and have to work their butts off to stay where they are. And he's saying, guess what? I do too. So everything that you have, every single bit of greatness, every single bit of inspiration that you need to get where you're going in business, to get where you're going in health, to get where you're going in anything in life that you want to attain, is within your body already. It's within your mind already. It's just a matter of flipping your mindset and saying, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to do it. I'm done. I'm going to do it. I'm doing it now. I'm doing it tomorrow. I'm doing it right now. I'm doing it, whatever it is. Freaking do it.
Welcome to Deep Thoughts
by Jack Handy. So I see back to what you're saying with the lyrics here. Any person or object whatsoever that requires your attention. If you're on a journey, if you're on some type of path, and something comes and interferes with your path, it's veered off of that person or object or whatever it is has veered off its own path in order to, they were probably they were doing it by themselves. They were on their preordained path to enlightenment, but they got sidetracked by you, or got sidetracked by what you accomplished, got sidetracked by whatever it was that you were doing, that they stopped what they were doing and is interrupting you. It's kind of getting in your way. And so now they're screwing up two things. They're screwing up themselves on their own path, but they're also screwing you up because they're getting in your way on your way. So it's like, that's kind of how I envisioned that lyric. And I know that's really friggin' deep and it could be way, way off, but it kind of ties in with some of the other things that I had heard.
There's no wrong answer. It actually does lend itself to that because, again, reading it and really thinking about it, it says, with anything or object that requires your attention, saying that if it requires your attention, it's veered, which means everything is in you and it should come naturally. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it just should happen. If it's supposed to be for you, it just happens. That's kind of what that lends itself to. So if you have to give it attention and actually do something to it, it's not right. And that's kind of like, but that's kind of what it says, that's right. Where that goes. So it's super deep. It's levels deep. There's a lot going on in that statement.
there's a lot going on, and there was a lot of stuff that he did that was really, really like that. And again, I don't want to get too philosophical and everything, even though we just did. So we'll take a little bit break from the philosophy.
Yeah, let's lighten up.
Because he brought one.
Yeah, there we go.
From Rainbow Children.
Yeah.
A feast, a smorgasbord, at least, a brunch, a munch of cake, if just a piece, not just a vat of chitlins or turkey meat. You see, we are what we eat, so we must eat a leaf. We'll dine under a tree unless it snows. That's actually the whole song. That's technically the whole song. But that is, once again, it's referring to a specific story in the story of there's some story that is about the Jehovah's Witnesses that, and I'm not familiar with their whole their philosophy or their religion, but there's something that involves a feast. There's something that involves some, I don't remember what the story was, but I think that if we were a little bit more well versed in whatever that belief is, I mean, because there's like a bunch of different things that I don't know. This is something specific to Jehovah's Witnesses, and I don't know what it is. It's obviously, it's not specific to it, but it's referring to something that's in the process of getting on the boat. And right. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, it's one of those areas, you know. And then even if you think about it in the Jehovah's Witness side of things, whether you follow religion, that it's something in the Bible. It's not like it's some random thing anyone's making up either, you know. So it's still, you know, somewhere, but it's that right there is a pretty interesting. I still don't know what it means though.
Yeah, it's from the Watchtower Online Library. I'm looking up. It's called The Feast to Jehovah. And it's something about it's technically what the Jewish faith refers to as Passover, but it's something that's along those lines. It's like the third and last was a Feast of the Tabernacles.
Right.
There's like a bunch of things about feast and stuff, but if you go to jw.org and you look up feasts, you'll be able to find a bunch of information. We're not going to do all that here, but yeah, it's referring to something specific along those lines. But he did it in a quirky kind of humorous way that kind of, you know, it's, you know, it is.
Make a reference without saying it.
But Elena says, no feast in Jehovah's Witnesses. I grew up in it. Well, I'm just looking at what they had. And I think he was referring to that. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I think they don't.
I'm not talking about feast as part of the general service. I'm talking about the prophet, right. Not the service itself, Elena. I'm talking about the whole thing with the, it's a thing. Just go to jw.org and look up feast, and they've got a whole entire section. And I'm sure it mentions some things that are referenced in that part of it. Yeah. Anyways, so there's that.
Go to yours.
Oh yeah. Oh no. I think I actually figured that melt with you. It said from the tip of my typhoon to the bottom of your ankle chains, and S to the S, and then the next lyric says something that has two S's in it. So I think I figured that one out because he actually does say what the S's stand for. So I don't have to put that one up. But for moonbeam levels, send, that's, I gotta have that one again. Please send all your moonbeam levels to me. What does that mean?
Mm-hmm.
Please send all your moonbeam levels to me. I tried to look up moonbeam levels. I think it just kept referring to the Prince song, and I seemed like I saw somebody on Prince.org that was trying to explain something about they got
annoyed.
Yeah, some type of energy that comes off of the moon or whatever. I think they were guessing. Right. But yeah, it's the whole, I don't know. I have no idea what moonbeam levels is referring to, but yeah, it's, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe somebody can enlighten it even further, because I saw that too. That person was very adamant, like, you're not listening to me. But I mean, why?
I put up the link to the Jehovah's Witness website page that I was just looking at. If you guys want to look at it, I don't know if that's clickable or not for you guys, but if you want to go down that rabbit hole just to learn what he meant by that 35-second song, I'm pretty sure there's something in there that refers to that. Yeah. So I don't know what Moonbeam Levels is. It's, I don't know.
Yeah, I can't even pretend.
Yeah, I can't either. Let's do yours. The good love from Bright Lights Big City. You want to do that one?
Yeah, go for it. Bright Lights Big. It's from the Bright Lights Big City soundtrack. Good love.
Yeah. So let's see if the lyrics are gonna go ahead. That's how.
That's how I like it. Come on, Technicolor junkie in a funky square. Good love talking when you're kissing me there. Gustav Mahler jamming on the box. Teenage junkie got his foot on the rock. Get off. You got to get good love.
I think the teenage junkie got his foot on the rocks is pretty obvious, because he's always been obsessed with people being on crack cocaine and all that stuff. So I think, and he's telling them to get off that. I think that part may make sense. But how the Gustav Mahler jamming on the box, that's
funny, because Gustav Mahler, is a composer,
right,
from so far back, like
way back,
but great stuff, classical.
He was born in 1860.
Yeah, I think he died in 1911.
Gustav Mahler was an Austro-Bohemian. I don't even know what the hell that means. Gustav Mahler was an Austro-Bohemian romantic composer and one of the leading conductors of his generation. As a composer, he acted as a bridge between the 19th century Austro-German tradition and the modernism of the early 20th century. But there, it's Symphony Number 5, Symphony Number 1, Symphony blah 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 blah. I don't know if. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can. If this. I have to. Let me see if I can unmute this. And oh my gosh, I'm trying to play a little clip from YouTube, but it's got videos on here. Hold on a second.
Oh, gotcha.
Hold on a second. So this is Gustav Mahler jamming on the box. And this is some of the best of. They started out with his biggest hit, I guess.
Wow! Did you just?
I don't think. Yeah, I don't. I don't think any of that's jamming. But
well, that's the point. Like, what is this all about?
Music,
yeah, and then the fact that in the lyrics in this one, he says Technicolor junk in a funky square, but earlier in the song he says Technicolor children in Piccadilly Square. So he refers back. He says Gustav Mahler again. Another glass to you, this time on the rocks. You know what I'm saying? So he refers to it earlier, slightly different, and then it changes completely. So, yeah. There's a lot going on there.
Okay, April is telling us about the mirror with the tongue inside.
Oh,
she actually has a background story to this. So,
awesome.
So the background story that she has says it's a line that Prince took from Robin Powers. She said the song is about her sex life. Told Prince her mother kept a mirror with a gun and drugs on it next to her bed, and Prince changed the story to a box with a mirror and a tongue inside. She said, we should have her on the show. I guess Michael Dean has done an interview with her. So, that's
okay.
All right, there you go.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, he's been known to change stuff. I mean, he changed Susanna's Starfish and Coffee.
Right.
because it used to be Starfish and PP. And he changed it to Starfish and Coffee, which is probably a better version.
Could be more pee in the cup.
And he took a story from Robin Powers that was about drugs and death and turned it into something very sexual. But going back to your thing, the Technicolor junkie in a funky square. Good love talking when you kiss me there. I get that. I don't understand the Gustav Mahler reference, jamming on the box.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, you got me, man. You got me.
And April said that as far as moving levels is according to the Torre book. Well, then it's already not factual.
Wow.
Sorry. All right, we'll put it back up there. According to the Torre book, according to the National Enquirer, Susan Rogers describes Princess hallucinations as moonbeam levels. Torre may be the nicest guy in the world, but after having not one but two books in a row that have been filled with a bunch of hearsay and rumors and things that are being said without any factual background and proof or any type of verification or confirmation of anything, some of the things that he was saying, it's a lot. It's a lot. I'm sorry, maybe the nicest guy in the world, but I as a protector of all things Prince, it's like really.
Don't hold back, Chris.
I'll just go ahead and just burn that bridge. I'm perfectly fine. I will burn that bridge, and I will wear that cross, or bear that cross. And his last book was very. I was kind of annoyed. Sorry. I'm sorry. Let me just go ahead and just say my piece. All right, it's been said. There is some stuff in there, obviously, that Torre is familiar with because Torre and Prince were friends. But I just.
All right.
Let's go down a little bit of a rabbit hole.
Sound like that hurt, man. That hurt a little bit.
It did. It hurts my soul. Torre's books hurt my soul.
There's a chord in there.
Let's take it another level. Torre's books hurt my soul.
Your books hurt my soul. Yeah.
Is Jaden coming and say goodnight? Yes, they hurt my soul.
And,
it's just I've welcomed him on the show. I said, I've sent him, I've reached out to him and I said, you can come on the show. I will be as diplomatic as I possibly can. But you're going to have to speak to some of the things that were said so that I can make peace with it myself, because, again, to be spouting things off that were not ever proven or given any type of credence or fact is just pretty shitty. It just is what it is. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Anyways, so there's that. Sorry, Torre. Are you coming?
Sorry.
Are you still coming on the show next week?
I know.
I don't have my sound effects now, but that would have been a perfect game show sound effect for sure.
That is the best.
It's okay. It's all right. It is. I'm sorry. There's some people that agree with me, and I'm sure that there are some people that do not agree with me, because some people really like Torre. Some people really like, and I like him. I don't have any problem with him as a person, but as far as his literature is concerned, not a fan. That's the reason why I'm such a fan of Dwayne Two Dolls, because everything is documented. Everything is like, this happened. Here it is. Here's a picture of when it happened. Here is this person that said this on this and this magazine and this publication, and this is where you find it, and blah, 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 blah. And it's not, it's facts. It's facts.
Right. And if you're going to claim something's a fact, you should be able to back it up with some documentation.
Back it up, and then we'll talk.
Yeah,
if not,
absolutely.
back it up. back it up that way.
Back it up.
We're talking. Yeah, I only have a couple. I only have a few more.
Well, let's.
Which is actually good. Want to do yellow? I'll do yellow, and then we'll do one of yours here.
Let's do it.
How many years do we have? How many years left? Well, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We're doing yellow. The song Yellow, and it refers to yellow's a happening color if you're a banana, counting the days until you're a prune, but blue's a better color if you're looking for a lover to show your pretty colors to.
Just
okay. What is okay, I get it. Yellow's a happening color if you're a banana. I do seem to recall there was a huge yellow period for Prince. Counting the days until you're a prune. Bananas don't become prunes. Plums become prunes. Maybe that's what he's referring to, because plums are purple plum. I don't know if this is referring to something in his life or something.
What about race? Because
yellow's a happening color if you're a banana, counting the days until you're a prune. Blue's a better color if you're looking for a lover. I guess if you're sad, it's more, I don't know, to show your pretty colors to. I don't know. This is another one of those that is like, I wish that I had. I honestly wish I had that clip, that Purple Rain clip.
Well, I'll tell you, when I first heard that, and the age, my age at least, when I heard yellow's a happening color if you're a banana, to me, I immediately thought of race, because I was called yellow. And so to me, that was just one of those, like
it talks about purple, then it talks about blue.
Yeah, well, counting the days until you're a prune, getting old, or things like that.
Elena said, plums are young, prune old people.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I don't know for sure.
April says, did you ask Dwayne about Torre? Yes, actually, Dwayne and I did have a conversation about Torre's book. We did, and I am not at liberty to tell you what he said.
Why are you trying to open old wounds? Why is she pouring salt?
I'm not trying to open old wounds. I'm just telling you. I'm not sharing what he said. That's between Dwayne and myself, but yes, we've had conversations. P Funk's got another one here. Would you rather be dead or be sold? Sold to the one who can now mate the displaced bloodline with the white jailbait. Thinking like the keys on Princess Piano will be just fine.
Another video right there.
Great. Would you rather be dead or be sold? Okay, we understand that line because he's made plenty of references to that. Sold to the one who can now mate the displaced bloodline with the white jail bait. Sold to the one who can now mate. Obviously, we know what that means. The displaced bloodline. Who is the displaced bloodline?
Well, there's been a lot of different suggestions on that, but when you're talking about slavery, I mean,
somebody's asking what this is from Muse to the Pharaoh. If she could be Muse to the Pharaoh. And that's that line in the end where he's kind of scatting. Would you rather be dead or be sold to the one who can now mate the displaced bloodline with the white jailbait, thinking that the keys on Princess Piano would be just fine. That's from That's from Muse to the Pharaoh. It's a great. I knew that whole thing. I even had a vision in my head during the race. I had this thing memorized probably the first week that Rainbow Children came out, and I went to the show and the after party. And I had this memorized, and I was just like, I hope that Prince calls me on stage. I would love to do this song and do that whole ending. It would be great.
Welcome to Funkqtopia.
Like, oh my God, you memorized the lyrics to that new song that I just released a week ago. But yeah, so sold to the one. I think he's obviously referring to Would You Rather Be Dead or Be Sold? Now, is he talking about the music industry a little bit too? Because I know that he's talking about the fact. I know he always talks about the fact that he felt like white artists, obviously, and rock and roll in general, is really a bastardized version of, you know, jazz and just black music in general. It's like always just kind of like a little bit of a different version. So is he talking about specifically slavery being sold like as a person, as an individual, or is he referring to the music industry here, where he's talking about sold to the one who can now mate the displaced bloodline with the white jailbait? Like talking about the fact that now you're going to be in the music industry to release records that are going to be a result of, you know, music that came at the hands of, I don't know.
I think it is slavery, but I think there's a double meaning double meaning there.
Double bubble meaning.
Double bubble. But it leads itself to slavery, of course, because just before that, he does mention the Holocaust aside, you know, many people lived and died, but when the truth is told, would you rather be dead or be sold? You know, so, I mean, it doesn't seem like he's demeaning the Holocaust, but he's saying, you know, like, just, you know, we get that too, but let's just think of the whole situation. So I think there's a dual meaning in there, like you said. It could be, there's a lot going on in that also.
Yeah, and also, and the last line, thinking like the keys on Prince's piano will be just fine. Obviously, there's black and white keys on the piano, so
right,
to be thinking like the keys on a piano will be just fine because it all works harmoniously together. That line kind of makes sense, but yeah, there's some double entendre going on in that one.
Absolutely.
Sure. P-Funk's been coming with it tonight, man. I'm telling you, man, he's been definitely come with it. P-Funk, send me an email to funkqtopia@gmail.com. Funkatopia. Send me an email to that address with your mailing address. I'll send you some Funkqtopia swag.
Swag.
Do some swag for being such an awesome contributor tonight.
Swag.
He's been killing it tonight.
I know, right?
You have you only have one more.
Yeah, I mean, we can. I do want to address that one a little bit.
Yeah, that's the only one you have left, though. Is that one right?
Yeah, I think that's it. I think I'm good.
And then I have one more after that too. So, okay, we have the last couple more. I keep clicking the wrong button. We're trying to separate this out. I'm taking out your comment here. And this is from the song. What song is this from?
Screams of Passion, Family.
Screams of Passion by the Family. Here is the lyrics of that one.
Yes. Curtains dance a minuet. Autumn plays the music, baby. Come on, hold my hand. Leaves are falling, velvet splash. Only you can understand. My whole thing about it is this whole song is painting pictures everywhere. So I'm like seeing this and seeing that, but leaves are falling, velvet splash. I just haven't.
Leaves are falling. All right. So is it leaves falling in water? But what would the velvet part of it be? Or maybe the water is so sheen that it looks like velvet.
Maybe it looks like velvet
falling into the water, because the video is done while they're standing in water. I think if I remember correctly, the video, they're all standing on a beach or standing and there's like waves rushing in.
Yeah.
Autumn plays the music. Yeah. Autumn, and that would be When Leaves Fall is in autumn. trying to put it all together for you.
Hey,
I don't know that that's the curtains dance, the minuet, which obviously if it's fall, it's always windy in the fall. Autumn plays music with the lead because they're also, if we open up the windows, like my office window is open right now, but you can hear the leaves and stuff blowing in the air because it's like that crisp,
Yeah, the picture's painted. I just can't get the leaves are falling piece. Velvet Splash.
Yeah, I don't know.
You might be right. Maybe it's the hitting the water.
Because that's the only thing that splashes. I mean, you splashes was water. I mean, unless it's, but velvet doesn't necessarily, it doesn't refer to a color. It refers to a look or a feel, right? Or
right.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good, I don't know.
If I can find it, I want to recreate it because it's
going sexual. Said vagina orgasm. Sanders says that velvet probably refers to the
yeah
yeah
the velvet splash.
Yeah,
but the leaves are falling then because he's not shaving her. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna say it.
PFON wants to, the email address is funkqtopia@gmail.com. funkatopia@gmail.com. Get you hooked up. Yeah, that's a good one though. I don't think I would have picked out that lyric because there's always like something, like every single song. I don't think there's any song outside of instrumentals. I don't think there's any songs that Prince did where there's not at least one line or one little weird thing that's in there. You're like, what now? What's that?
Right.
But we only got like 5 minutes left in the show, so so let's get to, I guess, the one last one that I have here, which is that, well, I actually have this one here that where I was referring to the fact that he was obsessed with the 700 billion in Welcome to America. It's like where you can get fired, rehired, and still get a $700 billion tip.
Yeah.
And then an Old School Company, he also references it again. Fat cats on Wall Street, they get a bailout. While somebody else got to wait 700 billion, but my old neighborhood ain't nothing changed but the date. Basically, I was trying to figure out because I kept hearing 700 billion, and I think there's one more song where he says that too. Old School Company, Welcome to America, and there's another song he says that too. But I looked it up because I was like, what is he referring to? Because he keeps it's real specific, and I thought, well, maybe it's 7 because he's so obsessed with 7. But apparently, in 2008, which I'm sure it happened, I wasn't paying attention, but in 2008, Wall Street got a $700 billion bailout.
Right. Right.
So, and then when I read that, I remembered it, but I didn't remember the number.
Yeah. Wow. Right.
So in 2008, Wall Street basically was handed $700 billion from the government in order to, to fix their mess.
The government handed it to them.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, but again, it's so he keeps referring to all these things, but they're getting 700 billion, but in his old neighborhood, nothing's changed but the date. And yeah, there's still a lot to be said. There's a lot of money that's kind of going down the rails. But the other one I'm going to put up, I can't really put this up because it's so friggin' long.
It is long.
It is long, but the song is called One Song by Prince. And
check it out.
Yeah, you definitely have to check the song out, but it's basically 1999 and the illusion continues. One begs to ask, when will it end? Unnatural disasters happen seemingly every week. Train crashes, shootings, nuclear accidents. Is there any place of refuge one can flee from this insanity? So far you're following along. I get that. And then it starts going a little bit haywire after this, talking about, very few of mankind's creations are designed to make you feel good unless you get pleasure from seeing the human body desecrated by guns, explosions, and fights, and any other things these so-called artists create in the name of freedom. Many have used art as a means to destroy the human mind. And then he just starts spiraling from here, where he takes it into religion, and in man's decision to further separate from God, his recreation of himself leaves him in a dysfunctional state of confusion. The mind becomes a burial ground for dead waste, isolated from the wholeness of God and his fellow brothers and sisters. And he just goes on and on and on. You really have to be able to read this song lyrically and then spend some quiet time with it, I think.
Yeah.
But I will put up the lyrics that I found, which is genius.com/prince-1-song-lyrics. So basically Prince one song lyrics with a dash in between each one, but it's genius, like smart, genius.com/prince-1-song-lyrics, but with a dash in between each word. And you can kind of read it, and it's just this long. It was like, I was trying to envision exactly the process that Prince went through writing this song, because it's so weird. It's very, and it's unlike anything that I'd heard him do before. You don't normally when you hear him talking, he is normally talking on, normally when he's talking, there's always music behind it or some type of weird sound effects or whatever.
1999, and the illusion continues. One begs to ask, when will it end? Unnatural disasters happen.
This keeps on going on and on. Now, if you love to hear Prince talk, this is your song.
Yeah, for sure.
This is your song, because it is him on a microphone with echo behind him, a little bit of reverb, and that's it. There's no music. It's just him talking for, God, I want to say, the song itself, one song, is 8 minutes and 49 seconds long, and about 5 minutes of that is him just talking. Talking. Nothing else, just him just talking. So yeah, if you like to hear his voice, that's definitely a song to
and what he's saying, as you read it, you'll see how deep it is. I mean, it's you will think, it will make you process something. You guaranteed not to read that and walk away like nothing happened. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I just put the Funkqtopia Live video back in, brand back up here. I'm wondering if I can put that Funkqtopia logo, the one that you have behind you right now, the one that I actually created with all the electricity and everything. I would love to put that up in the upper right-hand corner. That would be awesome. But okay. I think whenever I have multiple people on the show, it always ends up covering up somebody. So I had to take it down. Yeah. Rodney goes, I remember when one song was released online. It's got a bunch of diatribe on it. It's really weird, but it's very, very cool. Yeah. Man, I tell you what, it's been a lot of fun tonight. We had a great time talking about Prince's crazy lyrics. Man, it was a lot of fun. Thank you to my co-host, Jeff Page, who is always, yeah, man. And it's a fun show, man. Thank you guys all. No. Anyways, good night, everybody. It's been a fun time. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. But
good night, everybody. See you later.